Welcome back to the Upper Echelon Podcast. I miss y'all. You know, we keep it real and we keep it jiggy over here. Cause why? Cause we ain't never ever scared. Please hit that like button on your way in. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of anytime I live stream in the future or anytime that I post content in the future. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscription button so that you can help support my channel. Also, I offer a membership for $1.99. If you haven't joined my membership, go ahead and grab that membership because very shortly I will be offering at least 1 to 2 membership only lives a week. Also, if you would like to monetarily support my channel, my Cash App is posted down there at the bottom on the left-hand side, $Phoenix 20137. Let's get into these abuse allegations that Diddy is now facing. I think the thing that bothers me the most, guys, and let me give a shout out to everybody in the room right now. What's going on, Scorpio Goddess? Hey, Stephanie Landry. Hey, Mikey. Kate Brown. Dark and Lovely. Blueberry Boots. Hey, Tremel. Hey, Miss Andy. Oh, thank you, Miss Andy. Yes, you know what? When it comes to this social media, not social media, but when it comes to this YouTube thing, I think that it is important to take a break. Hold on, guys. Sorry, y'all. I think it's important to take a break. Well, not necessarily take a break. What's going on, Lysandra? Hey, I'm chosen. Hey, Anissa. For me anyway, because as most of you guys know, if y'all been following me, hey Miss DC, if you guys been following me since the beginning of the LaTrue saga, you know that I do have I'm in a career field that's very high stress and it requires a lot of work from me. So that's kind of my focus right now in my life is working in child protection. That's what I do. However, this is important to me as well. So whenever I get a chance, I hop on. Then I'm not one of those people that like to just get on and talk about nothing. Like, hey, what's going on, y'all? What y'all been up to? I don't do that. If I come on, it's because I want to talk about something important, or it's because it's a news story that I'm really interested in that I want to break down. So that's kind of what my channel is about. So I don't really. I know some people get on here and just kind of casually talk sometimes. That's not really what I'm into. I might do it one day. I don't know, but that's just I use this platform to talk about things that I'm interested in, the things that are hot in the news, especially entertainment news. You know what this whole Diddy situation is really, and I hate to go back to this, you guys, because I'm so over and done with and past the LaTrue saga, y'all. It's not even funny. But when I tell you that the fact that I came into YouTube on the LaTrue saga, I cannot help but to segue into or to revert back to that story when it comes to a story that's popped up that's involving DV, right? Because we spent almost 2 years covering a story of a woman who claimed that she experienced DV. I spent a majority of time on my platform, or most of my time on my platform, debunking the lies that she told on Mr. LaTruth. Now I'm gonna get into Diddy in a second, but I gotta say this, y'all. The fact that this woman had the audacity, I'm talking about Breonna Battle, the audacity to actually come on social media and blatantly lie on this man when there's people out here that are really experiencing DV. Now, I'm not going to play the video that came out with Diddy, and I'm not going to play it because number one, I've seen it enough. It's very disturbing. Number two, I don't want to play that type of violence on my channel because it probably will either be demonetized or to probably be limited monetization. So I'm not going to play that. However, if you want to see the actual CCTV footage of Diddy committing those violent acts against Cassie, it's all over the internet. You can probably just type it into YouTube and see it. So it's not like it's hard to find. I'm just not going to play it on my channel. It's very, very disturbing. However, I will describe it as we move forward as far as what happened. what I want to say is that, the same, it's crazy to me that this woman, and I'm talking about Brianna right now. I'm going to get into Diddy, but this woman came out and blatantly lied on this man. She made allegations that this man drug her down hallways. She made allegations that this man popped her upside the head. She said that the man gave her contusions to the head. All of this stuff has been put on the internet and can be proven that she said these things. She said that this man physically harmed her throughout the 6 years of their marriage. And none of that stuff was proven. And matter of fact, not only was it not proven, but a lot of the stuff was debunked. So I take it, I believe that any true victim of DV should really feel very outraged by the fact that that woman did that. Brianna is in a space right now, or I think she's in a space of pretending. She's in a space where she wants her followers and she wants her subscribers to believe that she has not been affected and is not going to reap any of the karmas or repercussions of her actions on lying blatantly on this man the way that she did. She even came out with the audio, and all of us pretty much heard that audio that LaTruth's sister put out, where it was stated out of her own mouth that she had never actually been physically abused by LaTruth. In fact, she only experienced that one situation with the tote. And with that tote, we all know that that was a situation where LaTruth was defending himself and she was the aggressor via her own mouth, where she stated that she pepper sprayed the man, so on and so forth. So we know that Brianna was not a true victim of domestic violence. And then she also went on in that audio to say that she doesn't know where that stuff came from. She blamed her followers and her subscribers. And then you still have people that are crazy enough to still support this girl after she literally sat on that phone call and put all of the abuse allegations that she claimed that she had experienced on her fans. And you still have crazy brainwashed people out here still defending this girl. She is going to face the repercussions of continuously lying on people the way that she does. And this is, alleged, but I also believe that she lied on her first child's father when it comes to DV. I don't think that those dogs were sicked on her. I don't think that any of that happened. And if she was almost attacked by dogs, it was probably because she popped up to somebody's house uninvited, and the dogs was already outside or something, and they attacked her because she was trespassing on somebody's property. That's what I believe happened, because if she was invited over to the man's house, there was no reason why any dog should have been sicked on her in the first place. So it sounds to me like she popped over there uninvited. That's number one. So let's just cut the stuff. All of these people, and even the people that used to support Robert and then turn around and stop supporting him, I would like for you all to be just as loud about the things about that as you were about Brianna lying as you are now about Robert. You say that people, I just saw a post that Jaffe did in the comments saying that Lupac only talks about the truth because that's what her audience wants to hear. He then went on to say that she doesn't call him out on anything. But, it's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on here, because Jaffe sits around and he talks about the truth constantly and all of the horrible things about him. But when that audio came out, it was radio silence from him. We didn't hear anything about, oh, did you guys hear that audio? We didn't see any Facebook posts about it. We didn't see anything. Okay, so we can't say that one person is one-sided and then try to make it seem like you're mutual, because you're not mutual. You're one-sided. You hate the man, and everything that Brianna does at this point, you don't highlight it. Now that audio that came out saying that she was not physically abused, that should have been all over the place. That should have been all over the place. But guess what? It wasn't. It was quiet. Nobody talked about it, including Jaffe. He didn't talk about it. So I don't want to hear anything else about who's one-sided, who's not calling somebody out, because they sat back silently, allowed that video to come out. Nobody talked about it. Nobody made a big deal about it. For the past almost 2 years, the whole DV situation has been a lie. And now we have the audio evidence that it was a lie. So now let's move on. Because, this situation, and if you haven't seen the video, basically, Cassie was in a hotel room with Diddy a couple of years ago. Diddy, she tried to escape him because, according to her, he hit her in the eye and gave her a black eye. It appeared because he was running down the hallway in a white towel. It appeared that he was in the shower and he discovered that she had left the room. Now, in the CCTV video, we see Cassie standing next to an elevator. She was bending down, trying to gather her things because she was escaping from him. He then runs around a corner. The surveillance footage catches him running around the corner. It appears that he grabs her by her hair and he slams her to the ground and then proceeds to kick her. It seemed like while she was on the ground that she was in some sort of a daze or something like that because she wasn't moving. And it looked like when he slammed her to the ground that her head hit the floor. And she might have been knocked out or something like that for a brief second. But then it seemed like he kicked her. He kicked her twice. And then when he kicked her, her hand moved to cover where he kicked her. So it seemed like she had been woken from whatever daze she was in, because when he threw her on the floor, she was dead still, like she wasn't moving. And then he proceeded to drag her down the hallway. There's more footage where she's not in sight, but you can see he's sitting down in the hallway in that same towel in the video. There was a chair in the hallway and there was a vase on the table. He picked up the vase and threw it at her and was throwing several items at her while she was down the hall. So this is, I want to play you guys the audio of Diddy basically apologizing to, hold on one second, guys. Let me get rid of this. I want to play the video. I agree, Blueberry. He's a coward. He's a coward. And the thing, this is the point of me going live today is, you know, when it comes to these guys in Hollywood, I really am so sick of people trying to act surprised like they didn't know that things happened. If I did do a live previously on Diddy, and in that live, I did describe that I felt like my exact words were, and if you guys want to, you can go back. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post the old live that I did on Diddy. My exact words is, y'all haven't seen nothing yet. It's a lot of stuff getting ready to come out about Diddy. And I was right. And if y'all think that this Cassie video is something, trust me, there is a lot of information that is getting ready to come out about Diddy. The reason that I know this is because Diddy has been doing this for years. When it comes to the DV, when it comes to acts of violence, when it comes to cover-ups and payoffs, Diddy has been doing this stuff for years. He's been getting away with it for years, which is why, come on, think about it, guys. This is the reason why Diddy felt he is a uber famous music mogul, and he is in a public hotel. Anybody could have opened their door and saw what he was doing to Cassie. Anybody could have seen it. He had to have known that he possibly could have been on some sort of surveillance camera. At the time, he did not care who might have seen what he was doing because he's used to getting away with everything, right? So we're also going to go over a timeline of things that Diddy has been doing in the past. And we also going to talk a little bit about Kim Porter. We're also going to talk about the fact that I have an issue with Cassie. And I'm going to tell y'all what that issue is. Now, all of this stuff is alleged. The content is protected under the Fair Act use of 17 U.S. Code 107. If I play any audio, if I play any video, I am allowed to do so for news reporting purposes. So let's get into this, y'all. So after the video, the surveillance video of Diddy basically beating Cassie unrelentlessly on the floor, this is what he had to say. Okay, so I hope y'all heard that. I hope y'all heard that. And um Pac says, well, Pac says, it's not that they won't want me to call him out. They want me to drag him like they do. And it's enough of, okay, I see what you're saying. And it's enough of them doing that already. I have called out multiple things Robert Hampton did, but did they for Bree? That's precisely my point. You know, at the end of the day, people are very one-sided. People are very hypocritical with that situation. And the thing is, like I said, really everything, we know who was fighting for the right cause at this point. Somebody said I didn't hear a thing. Okay, I'm gonna play it again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show the video then. But people are very one-sided in this situation because after that audio came out, with Brianna basically saying, after that audio came out with Brianna basically saying that her followers made up everything. She doesn't know where they got that stuff from. She was never physically abused by LaTrue. The only situation she's ever experienced is the tote situation. And if you go back in the beginning of the story, we know that Brianna actually admitted to initiating that situation. So that was a situation where she was the aggressor and he was defending himself. So at the end of the day, the people that are still defending that crazy lady, it's something wrong with them as well. I don't know what it is, if they're fanned out over her or what, but at the end of the day, we know that we were fighting for the right cause and that we know that everything that we were saying was true and she was not physically abused and she said it herself. So since y'all saying that y'all didn't hear the audio, I'm gonna just go ahead and screen share it because I could hear it. That's weird that y'all couldn't hear it. Let me see. This is Diddy's response. I believe this, honestly, I believe this came out today. I think this came out today where he's, let me move this over here, where he is basically apologizing for everything that happened during that time that he was with Cassie. But see, the thing that I find interesting, I'm getting ready to play in a minute, guys. The thing that I find interesting is that this apology that he's given to Cassie was not given until the video came out. So it's obvious that he's not sorry for what he did. He's just sorry that he was caught. Because when Cassie came out with the allegations to begin with, and mind you, Cassie was paid off because she was getting ready to go full force with this thing, right? But when Cassie came out initially, if you remember, P. Diddy's attorneys were basically saying that Diddy was being blackmailed because Cassie was saying that she was going to write a tell-all book. And Diddy denied everything. He denied everything. But now that footage of him actually doing these things has been released to the public, now he's apologizing and he wants to be a better man and he's asking God for forgiveness. So let me let you guys hear this. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the video.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy.
First of all, I'm gonna finish playing it, but first of all, Diddy, we need proof and we need documentations and therapy reports presented in court we want to see that you were in therapy, because I don't believe you.
I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness.
I can't stand his long head ass. I cannot stand his long head ass. I never did like Diddy. Never did. And I really did wasn't sure why I didn't like him. But now I get it. It's just like this aura that just reeks off of him. He has this very much so arrogance about himself. First of all, like I stated before, there we go. There's the video. We all know that that's a PR move. The abuse video done already surfaced to the public, so everybody knows now for a fact. If they didn't know before, I knew before, but if they didn't believe it before, they believe it now, because you're right there on surveillance video, really just doing the worst that any man could do to a woman. I mean, he in that video, like I said, I'm not going to play it, but he was really beating her down like a man on the street. Anytime a man put their foot on somebody, he was kicking her. It looked like he kicked her in the head. He kicked her in the butt. He slung her to the ground hard enough to where, to me, it looked like she was dazed, because after he slammed her, she wasn't moving. She didn't move again until he kicked her, and I think that knocked her out of her daze. But he really was putting hands on her like he was a man in the street. I mean, threw her on the ground. Then she ran away. They didn't show that part of her running away in the video, but according to the article, she ran away and ran down the hall. And then another part of the video, you can see him sitting down in the hallway of the hotel, which is a very brazen move. Don't y'all agree? You're in a public hotel throwing things and beating a woman down in a public hotel. Very brazen behavior. And that's why a lot of these celebrities in the end up getting caught, because they start getting sloppy with it, because they've gotten away with it for so long that they don't think that they can get caught. They don't think anybody's going to tell on them. But he really beat her down like a man on the street. And now he's on here. As you can see, that was a video from TMZ of him apologizing for what he did. But at the end of the day, my thing is, and I think a lot of people's concerns, I'm going to get to y'all comments in a minute. I think a lot of people's concerns are, well, why wasn't this apology issued when Cassie initially filed the lawsuit? When she filed the lawsuit initially, he was saying that everything was a lie. His representatives, his attorneys were coming out and saying that everything that she was saying wasn't true. She was trying to extort him. She was putting a tell-all. She was using a tell-all book against him as blackmail. And all of these things were egregious and lies. Okay, but now that we have the footage and that's been released to the public, now you want to apologize. It's very insincere, sir. Very insincere, sir. Because if you've been to therapy, you've tried to become a better man, then you would have stood up and you would have apologized to Cassie, and you would have come to terms with those things that you had done to her when she initially filed the lawsuit. So I call BS. He's not sorry for what he did. That's a load of shit. He's not sorry about it. Blueberry Boo said he's going to reap everything he has done to everyone. When his back is against the wall, he cannot pay his way out. He will be reminded how he mishandled people and his punk ASS money. Absolutely. Lachelle said, upper, let's call a thing. He thought he was untouchable. Facts. And that's all it is. He's peak. Come on. The dude has been who he is since the early 90s. This dude has been famous for a majority of his life since he was a young man. I can't even begin to, first of all, you know what's crazy to me, y'all? I'm getting ready to play this other audio, but y'all know what's crazy to me is that not only do I feel like Ms. DC said also pictures surfaced days after that incident and she was bruised up on the red carpet. Ooh, I got to pull that up. I didn't see that. What's crazy to me is how people act shocked. And what I believe is that a lot of people in Hollywood are not going to speak on this situation here. They haven't spoken on Diddy, because if they do, and if they did in the past, a lot of these celebrities would have went down with him. I'm calling y'all celebrities out. I want to know what his closest friends have to say about these allegations. I ain't heard nothing from Young Miami. I ain't heard nothing from Jay-Z. I ain't heard nothing from none of these celebrities. These people are very close to him, and you cannot tell me that they did not know that this man was an abuser. You cannot tell me that they didn't know that this stuff was going on. It's a lot of people who are afraid to speak up against Diddy, allegedly, in my opinion, because of the things that he has done to other people. He is a very rich and powerful man. I'm sure he's paid a lot of people off. This is not something that is new. If y'all remember back in 2019, and that is who is on my thumbnail. The person that's on my thumbnail, her name is Gina. I believe it's spelled Gina Hune or something like that. But she had an interview with Tasha K. Let me pull up. Let's pull up Gina's picture. before we go over Diddy's timeline of terror. We're going to pull up, matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to change the title of this to. Diddy's timeline of terror. We're going to pull that up in a minute, but let me show y'all a picture of Gina. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's see. While that is loading, let's see if I'm going to get rid of this. While that's loading, I'm going to read some of y'all comments. CS said, like 50 said, they're afraid because they're on video too. Ooh, wait a minute. Y'all got some information I don't have. I didn't know 50 said that. Miss DC said, that's why they so quiet upper. Diddy has cameras all around. They scared they were on them tapes too. Facts. The feds took 250 cameras just from one of his houses. Yes, let's not forget, in the last live that I did, we did talk about the fact that Diddy's house was raided, and a lot of video and other evidence was retrieved from his house. At this point, this dude is up the creek without a paddle. There's nothing more he could say. Diddy going down, and when Diddy goes down, it's a lot of people that's gonna go down, y'all. I predict that Jay-Z is going to go down. I know a lot of people are saying, why everybody dragging Jay-Z into this? Why everybody dragging Jay-Z into this? Well, what's all that noise? Hold on, y'all. Why is everybody dragging Jay-Z into it? Well, because Jay-Z is another rich and powerful man, is very, very good friends with Diddy. You cannot pay me to believe that he has not seen anything. All of the partying that they've done together, you can't say, and I'm sure there's other people that he's close with. But I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna talk about Jay-Z right now, allegedly, because Jay-Z is one of the more powerful ones. And I would love to see what he knows about Diddy. Just come on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull up this picture of Gina. Let's see. Let me pull this up. You can't pay me to believe. Hold on. Let me see. Share screen. Let's see. You can't pay me to believe that Jay-Z don't know something. A lot of these people be knowing what's going on, and like CS said in a comment further up, 50 Cent said a lot of these people not gonna talk because they already know that they're probably gonna go down as well. They on camera as well. Now, this picture that's pulled up on my screen, this is a picture of Diddy, funny looking ass, obviously. And this is Gina. I think her last name is spelled Huynh. I don't really know how it's pronounced. It might be pronounced Hun or something like that. But this is his ex-girlfriend, Gina Hun. Now, if y'all remember, y'all may not remember, but I'm going to play some of it. Back about maybe 4 years ago, 2019, she did an interview that, in my opinion, really wasn't made a big deal. They didn't make enough of a big deal about it, if you ask me. She did an interview with Tasha K, where she recounts all of the abuse that she experienced while she was with P. Diddy. Now, you guys, I'm going to play some of the audio via my phone, but you guys remember, Diddy is very brazen about what's going on, Terry. What's going on, Look the Book? Diddy is very brazen about being a womanizer, right? He's very brazen about being a womanizer. Even now, with his relationships that he's having now, I really don't know what exactly he has going on with Young Miami. I don't know if they're together, if they just F buddies, or what they have going on, or if he a sugar daddy or what. But he's very brazen about being a womanizer. He's with Young Miami now. If y'all remember, this was also kind of swept over the rug. He just had a baby with someone else while he's in a public whatever that is he got going on with Young Miami, but I'm gonna call it a relationship. While he's in a public relationship with Young Miami, he just welcomed a brand new baby into the world with someone else. So not only that, but guys, when Diddy was with Cassie all those years, he was also with Gina, the lady that's posted here on the screen. Not only was he with Gina while he was with Cassie, but this was a known thing. Both Gina and Cassie knew about each other. Okay? this lady here, Gina on the screen, his ex, did an interview with Tasha K, giving all of these allegations that nobody really believed. Everybody was like, well, why are you coming out now? That was years ago. Why are you saying something now? Because maybe she was afraid to say something in the past, right? This lady here says that Diddy would actually use Cassie to make him to down her, and will say Cassie is the better one. You need to be more like Cassie. Cassie does this and Cassie does that, and you don't. There was a time where she recounts in the interview that she had with Tasha K, where sometimes she breaks out really bad from acne, and he would compare her skin to Cassie's. He would say, I don't date women. You need to go to the doctor because I don't date women with bumps on their face. You need to get that fixed. He would blatantly down her, try to make her feel bad about herself. Not only did he physically abuse her, but he also emotionally abused her. And she was also significantly younger than him when they were dating. Now, this information on Diddy came out years ago in 2019, and everybody called this lady a liar, and everybody said that she didn't do, she's coming out all of a sudden now. Why? She's trying to extort him. She's trying to get money. Also, I'm gonna get to that too, Miss DC. Miss DC says Upper said that they used Cassie against Kim too. Now, I did see an article where one of Kim Porter's good friends did come out, and she recounted times where Kim Porter was abused by Diddy and forced her to do some really, really disgusting things. But before I get into that, let me just play some of this interview. I'm not going to actually stream it, but I'm going to play some of this interview here that Gina did in 2019 with Tasha K.
So now let's talk about the physical abuse. If you're okay, are you okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So obviously you terminated baby one because you loved him.
Mm-hmm.
How long after you guys started dating is when did the physical abuse start?
The first time it ever happened, which was not even like that long into the relationship, because I met him in February, and then it was probably like the beginning of May, because we were at Meek Mill's birthday.
Okay.
He had like a mansion party, and we went, but while we were there, I was sitting here, and then Puff, and then Meek, but I was like covered with like a stand or something, like probably says like "Happy Birthday, Meek" or something like that. But it's like a little stand that like was covering me, because there was like a lot of cameras and stuff there. So it was like me, Puff, and Meek. Puff had like leaned forward to like talk to somebody, say hi or whatever. And so I turned over to Meek and I said, "Happy birthday." He put his hand out and he was like, "Thank you." So I reached his hand and shook it. And as I shook Meek's hand, he turned around and saw it, and he got so mad.
Wow.
And then we probably like stayed like 20 minutes after that happened. And then when we got in the car, he like grabbed my hair. We were in the one of those Escalade trucks.
Okay.
So I was sitting on this side, he was on the other side, and he like grabbed my hair and like cussed me out for doing that. He was like, "Why the fuck can I cuss?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Why the fuck you shaking his hand for?" Like just saying
So
stuff
it was
that.
just like a jealous rage.
Yeah, I was like, I was just saying happy birthday, nothing else. I think he thought I was trying to be sneaky behind his back, because I like reached over when he like leaned forward to talk to somebody else. So he thought I was trying to be sneaky.
And you were how old at this time?
Now that was her first account of DV, physical DV with Diddy. He got mad because she shook Meek Mill's hand. Now here's the thing, and it's funny that a Life with Treasure say that Meek cheek meals, exactly, because we all know that audio that was alleged to be of him, Diddy and Meek Mills was leaked of a sexual encounter. Let's see if we can find that audio. Give me a second. So seemed to me like he wasn't just jealous about her shaking his hand. She may have been jealous. He may have been jealous about the fact that Meek Mills was shaking her hand. Like, because they're both allegedly at the time were his lovers, right? So not only that, he also may not have wanted Gina to get close with Meek Mills because he didn't want her involved with somebody that he had that type of relationship with. He didn't want it getting out that they were smashing, allegedly. That's what I believe. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. So this, let me know if y'all can hear this. This is the alleged, hold on. This is the alleged audio here. Oh, come on, man. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I can play this again. Hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at? Let's see. Am I sharing it? Oh, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me remove this really quick. And let me see if I can. Okay, let's see. Somebody said I'm Miss DC said I'm muted. Miss DC, you got to listen to it because this is an important part. Okay, hold on. Where is it at? This is an important part of the let's see. Where is it? Let's see. No, that wasn't it. Okay, is this it? Now you can't tell me, first of all, everybody put hashtag bussy because he was busting that bussy wide open. You can't tell me. First of all, I know what Meek Mill sound like. That was if that wasn't Meek Mill, it most definitely sounded like Meek Mill. It most definitely sounded like Meek Mill, and it sounded like he was getting toe up in there. And at this point, talks about how upset Diddy got from a handshake. It sounded to me, like he did have something going on with Meek Mill. And why are you that mad because she's shaking his hand? I think that she was confused when she was talking to Tasha K. He thought that she was sneaking. No, he was allegedly mad because you shaking his lover's hand. He don't want Meek Mill looking at you like that, and he don't want you looking at Meek Mill like that. Okay. And then also he knows their little dirty secret, and he don't want you getting close to that man because you might find out. That's the only thing that he probably got in Meek Mill's behind too afterwards. No pun intended. Let's see. Let's move on from that because I really also yeah, he was getting that Bousse dug out. Look the book, he was getting that Bousse dug out. So what I also, let's get into the timeline too, because that is the main point of this live. I really want to get this. I'm mad you put a W in it. I really want to get into this timeline because look, y'all, the timeline of Diddy is important because at the end of the day, people had to have known what he was doing. Now, I want to revert back to R. Kelly. Now, before R. Kelly really went down the way that he did, everybody A lot of things, people were coming out saying, well, if you look back at his timeline and you look back at his history, why are people acting surprised that this man was a predator and this man was seeking out young girls? It was publicized. They was on TRL. R. Kelly and Aaliyah made it public that they had gotten married. They were in matching outfits on interviews together, talking about they was best friends. Why would a grown, almost 30-some-year-old man at the time, mid-20s, almost 30-something, why would he be matching outfits with a little kid? Because that's exactly what Aaliyah was at the time, a little kid. She was a young teen. And then they ended up getting married. This was publicized that she was underage. So then when all of this information comes out and they make the documentary on Netflix, Surviving R. Kelly, now everybody want to act surprised. But at the end of the day, this stuff came out way in the late 90s. Like everybody knew, but everybody ignored it. And people tried to act like it wasn't no big deal. Let me tell you, being from Chicago, in the same area, I live literally 5 minutes away from R. Kelly Old High School. R. Kelly went to Kenwood High School. Right around the corner from Kenwood High School is a McDonald's. The name of the street is Lake Park. Everybody knew that R. Kelly would troll around that high school that he used to go to and would go up to the McDonald's because Kenwood High School has off-campus lunch. This has been going on for years. It's still going on to this day. All of the Kenwood kids leave Kenwood High School, walk down the street on Lake Park, and go to lunch at McDonald's. You know not to go to that McDonald's between the hours of 12 and 1:30 or whatever, because you know it's lunchtime for the high school kids, and it be packed in there. A lot of them girls look grown as heck. They look super grown, but you know that they're still kids. You see book bags, you know they're kids, right? R. Kelly would go to that McDonald's and pick kids up. This has been going on for years, especially people in Chicago already knew. And people in the industry can't tell me that they didn't know. First of all, a lot of people were coming out on Surviving R. Kelly saying that one girl said that she walked in on him in a tour bus having a sexual encounter with Aaliyah during the time Aaliyah wasn't but 15 years old. He was a grown, almost 30-some-year-old man. So a lot of people knew about it and kept quiet about it. And now people want to act shocked. And I don't like this shocked behavior. Everybody knew about R. Kelly, just like a lot of people know about P. Diddy. A lot of people know about P. Diddy. A lot of people know about the P. Diddy parties and the freak-offs. And I'm going to tell you why I got an issue with Cassie. Cassie, you cannot tell me that being that close with P. Diddy, knowing, being around him, and I understand that she was physically abused by him and may have been scared to talk, but and that's not my issue with her, because sometimes when you're in a relationship and somebody has you scared like that and they're abusing you like that, you won't say anything because you're afraid, you're terrified. And the way that he chased her down that hallway, I'd have been terrified as well if I was her to say anything. But here's the thing, Cassie, you got to come to terms with the fact that you knew that the man was an abuser. You knew that he was an abuser and the things that he had done to his previous women. Now, allegedly anyway. Let's pull up this article where one of Kim Porter's friends came out. Where is it? And she claims that Cassie knew about a lot of this stuff. Hold on, you guys. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I'm back, y'all. Okay, so Pac said Danny was alleged that Leah got pregnant by him, and that's why that quick unplanned marriage came about. Supposedly her parents made her get an abortion, allegedly. I believe it. Because a lot of people came out saying that they was actually pregnant by it. Was a couple of people came out and said he forced them to get an abortion. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure my internet is good because it's tripping. I want to get into this article real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if my audio is good. Let me know if my audio good, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat if my audio is good before I continue. 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if my audio sounds good. Okay, you can hear me good. Okay, so now if you look at the screen, this lady that's pictured here on the thank you, y'all. The lady that's pictured here on the screen on the left, that is Kim Porter's close friend. And she is alleging, her name is Cola, it's spelled Kola Booth, Cola Booth, Boof. She alleges that some of these things that to Kim Porter, Cassie knew about, and she knew it was going on. And you know, the fact that these women are willing to be in a relationship with this man, the fact that she's willing to be in a relationship with this man and she knows that he's in a relationship or dealing with someone else, and the fact that all of these women are kind of agreeing to still deal with this dude while he's dealing with other people is wild to me. Like, for instance, okay, we just got off of Gina Hugh. Now, Gina knew that Diddy was still dealing with Cassie. This was a known thing because he would use Cassie to put her down. Cassie knew that he was dealing with Gina, right? Cassie also knew that Diddy was dipping in and out of Kim Porter's life because he was still actively being abusive towards Kim Porter. I'm gonna get into this in a minute too. I feel like Kim Porter's unaliving. I feel like the case needs to be reopened. It needs to be investigated. Her ex, Albie Shore, has already come out and made a lot of interesting claims and innuendos regarding Diddy and Kim Porter. We're gonna get into that in a minute. CS, what you laughing at me for, CS? CS says they was talking about Cola last night. She denies she was Bin Laden's mistress and all kinds of stuff too. What? She alleges she was Bin Laden's mistress and all kinds of stuff too. And shoot, hey, man, you never know. You never know. Hey, crazier things have happened. I don't know. So let's look at what Cola said. So Cola said, "What's going on, D-Ham?" Let's see. Okay. So Cola Booth, who claims to have been Kim Porter's friend before her untimely demise, swears Sean Diddy Combs assaulted the late singer after a video of Diddy assaulting Cassie emerged. After new footage surfaced of Diddy assaulting Cassie in a hotel hallway, one of ex Kim Porter's alleged friends has spoken out. According to her, Cassie was aware of how Diddy abused Kim Porter. Cola Booth, an Egyptian Sudanese writer, described her relationship with Kim Porter as follows. They reportedly spoke over the phone and once had dinner. This Diddy thing is not a surprise, but it makes me remember the horrible way he treated my friend Kim Porter and how I've always silently held him responsible for her young and untimely demise. Rest in peace, Kim. Now, this is I believe this is a tweet. Diddy was a MFer. Y'all wouldn't even begin to believe the way he treated Kim. Booth began her series of exposure. According to the outspoken writer, Cassie ironically allowed herself to be used to disrespect Kim in her own home. Now, the reason, y'all, let me stop reading. The reason that I believe that is because in the interview that Gina did in 2019 with the interview that she did with Tasha K, She says in her interview that Diddy would use Cassie as a tool to make her feel bad about herself. So he would compare them and make her feel lower than Cassie. So what Diddy would do with Cassie is he would use her as his trophy. We all see and know that Cassie is a very beautiful woman, but so were these other ladies. But he would use Cassie as a trophy or as an example of what he thought that they should be. And he would then compare, because everybody knows no woman in a relationship wants to be compared to another woman. We want to be the one that he looks at as the perfect woman. We don't want to be compared to our beauty to be compared to anyone else's. So he would use that as a psychological abuse tactic. He would use Cassie, and Cassie knew about it, allegedly. So this lady, Cola Booth, is saying that he would use Cassie to compare her to Kim Porter as a form of abuse. And Gina said the same thing. All of these people's accounts are matching up. Wait a minute. What did Life of Treasure say? He was running down the hall like a psycho, running down the hallway like that. I'm not even gonna hold you. He did look like a psychopath. Oh my God. And I'm trying, it's a serious situation, so it's not funny, but the way he was running down that hallway was crazy. Let's get back to where, okay. So I left off here. According to the outspoken writer, Cassie allowed herself to be used to disrespect Kim in her own home. Okay, I saw in that video of Diddy assaulting Cassie was nothing. This is what Cola is saying. I will never forget the time he tried to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's tampon, always using Kim's race as a put down, like he's not black himself. Okay, you guys don't know the half of what women go through with famous and powerful men. Be they rappers, be they Bin Laden, be they actors, y'all have no idea. And you always demonize the women, always. Now, the thing that sticks out to me about that is how disgusting and sadistic is it to make somebody lick. That I almost don't even want to say it. That is disgusting. And guess what? I believe it. I believe that he did that. I believe that he did that. And it sounds crazy, but I'm gonna have to revert back to the R. Kelly situation, y'all. It's not that unbelievable. R. Kelly used to do stuff like that to his victims because, and this is not alleged, this is what his victims have stated. This stuff is in court reports and everything. He used to make them eat their own feces, and he would record it, and he would hold those recordings as blackmail. Like, if you ever come out and say anything against me, these videos of you eating feces is going to be released. So I can definitely believe when Cola says that he made Kim Porter lick Cassie's head. First of all, I'm not trying to down Cassie in any way, shape, or not Cassie, but Kim Porter, may her soul rest in peace. But I don't know, you're gonna have to just, at that point, you're just gonna have to unalive me, because baby, I'm not doing that. You gonna have to unalive me. You're not gonna tell me to lick. No. You may as well go ahead and you're gonna have to take me out, because I'm not doing it. It's like, what type of power and control does somebody have to have over a person to where they can convince you to lick somebody's used tampon? This stuff is getting deep, y'all. This stuff is getting deep. That stuff is crazy. Cola went on to say, what y'all saw in that video of Diddy assaulting Cassie. Okay, I read that already. This is just a picture of the tweet. Cassie let herself be flaunted in Kim's face, laughed at Diddy beating Kim was awful. I'm sorry. This is alleged. This is what Cola is saying, but I'm not going to discount it. I kind of believe it. I'm going to explain again why I believe it. Cola goes on to say Cassie let herself be flaunted in Kim's face, laughed at Diddy beating Kim was awful. I feel bad for Cassie getting beat up like that, but I still remember when Cassie allowed herself to be used racially against Kim Porter as Diddy humiliated, beat, and repeat Kim for years. And I absolutely believe that, even though this stuff is alleged, I believe it because, like I said, the young lady Gina basically said the same thing in 2019. So I believe Cola when she says that. Did Cassie was used as a humiliation tactic, and she was used as a emotional abuse to put her down. So I believe that this stuff was going on with Kim Porter. I absolutely believe it, and we all know that Cassie is a racially ambiguous woman. Thank you, Dham. She's a racially ambiguous woman, so she's not exactly black. She's not exactly white. We really don't know what she is. I guess I can Google what her ethnicity is, but the point is that she has that look where she looks ethnic. She has ethnic features. However, she also has some European features, such as the curly hair, the long, fine hair, the colored eyes and stuff like that. So she is most definitely racially ambiguous. And as we know, Kim Porter was a black woman, also very beautiful as well, because I believe she was a supermodel. But he would use her race against Kim Porter, and according to Cola, Cassie knew about this and she didn't care. She allowed it. And then Cola goes on to say, "Y'all have always hated me for talking real about these men, but they deserve it." She also took some time to address comments trying to discourage her story while pointing out the mystery surrounding Kim's death. Mind you, right? This is why I say that Kim Porter's, I feel like her death her unaliving needs to be investigated. Cola then goes on to say the hotel withheld the footage of Diddy. Hold on one second, y'all. Sorry, y'all. The hotel withheld the footage of Diddy beating up Cassie for years due to his wealth and influence. But you think the hospital told? That's something to think about, y'all. Have y'all thought about that? Did the hotel not have this information before? Did the hotel not know that this footage? Did they not know that it happened? Did Cassie have to say, "Hey, this happened in you"? Did she contact the hotel and say, "Hey, this happened in you all's hotel on this date this year, and do you guys have footage?" Is it possible that they didn't see it? I don't know, but I do. That is a good point that Cola brings up. Why is it that the hotel footage of Diddy assaulting Cassie was never released? In her opinion, she says the hotel withheld the footage of Diddy assaulting Cassie for years due to his wealth and influence. But you think the hospital told you the truth about Kim Porter's death? I don't believe it. This I agree with, and I'm going to tell you why I agree with it. Because back when Kim Porter, sorry for that music in the background, y'all. Hold on one second, y'all. So back when Kim Porter was unalived, first of all, there was a veil of mystery around her untimely demise. Now, she's, according to reports, she passed away from pneumonia, right? Her ex, I'll be sure, is saying that he does not believe that that's what she passed away from. Now, in several reports, Diddy made claims that Kim Porter actually sent her children over to their children over to his house. You know that they have twin girls. Sent them over to his house so that she could watch them because she said that she wasn't feeling well. Now, this was 3 days prior. Now, I haven't seen any other reports from anyone else, but the only person that I see that's saying that they knew that Kim Porter was sick was Diddy. Diddy is saying that Kim sent the kids over to his house because she wasn't feeling well. And that was 3 days before her unaliving, or her untimely demise is what I'll call it. Madu says, hey, upper in chat, Kim is black and Asian, and she was mixed. Also, Cassie is black, Mexican, and Asian. Okay, so Kim is also mixed. I think the issue for me, or why he may have been using Cassie as a put down as far as race goes, is because even though they are both of both mixed race, Cassie, it's about the aesthetic of it. Cassie looks like she is mixed. She looks racially ambiguous. If you look at Kim Porter, most people would think that she's just a black woman. She's a beautiful black woman, but most people would not know that unless probably they Google it, look it up, or research it. She looks like a black woman to me. Miss Andy, if you would like to join my membership, you could just go to my homepage. One of my mods possibly can drop the link for my membership. Oh, is that it? A Life with Treasure? If so, thank you. Miss Andy, I think A Life with Treasure dropped it. Thank you so much for joining my membership. Where was I? Oh, so there was a cloud of mystery around Kim Porter's untimely demise. Now, I'll Be Sure came out and said that he believes that she was it should have been a homicide investigation, right? Now, back to the children. She sent the two twins over to Diddy's house 3 days prior to her unaliving. Diddy, after Kim passed away, and said that Kim contacted him the day before she passed away and said, take care of the kids. It just all sounds very dramatic to me. I don't know. I don't believe anything that Diddy says. Also, what I also find very strange and weird, which a lot of people have not been publicized and a lot of people haven't been talking about it, is the fact that it's not a fact. Now, this is allegedly, Kim Porter was writing a tell-all, or was getting ready to release a tell-all book about Diddy, right? And this stuff came out a couple of months before her unaliving. Also, when Kim Porter's body was retrieved from the home, and when they were kind of investigating her unaliving during that time, 2 of her laptops came up missing. Nobody to this day knows where those laptops are. I'll Be Sure spoke on that. If this was just unalive, if this was just her passing away from natural causes, why are there things missing from her home? Did she just pass away and somebody raided her home and took her? What happened to those computers? What happened to those laptops? I'm interested in knowing. They did initially do an autopsy on Kim Porter after her unaliving. I want to say hold on, let me see. I didn't look it up. I didn't do my research on that part, but I do know that an autopsy was done on her. The first autopsy that was conducted, which basically means that they needed more time to figure out what her cause of unaliving was, right? And then a couple of months after that initial autopsy was done, then a couple of months after that, the coroner confirmed that she had passed away from pneumonia. I really feel like if she wasn't cremated, I really feel like another autopsy needs to be done. Number one, first of all, I want to know why the first one was deferred. I want to know why they couldn't determine that in the first autopsy, and why they had to do a second one, and why they had to wait so long to release the results of it. Because the first autopsy that came out, the results were almost inconclusive. I mean, inconclusive. It came back saying that the results were deferred. I find that a bit mysterious. I find it a bit mysterious. I also find it a bit mysterious that a tell-all book allegedly was going to be released, and then months later she was, she met her untimely demise. I find that to be a bit strange. Now, some people might say it's coincidence. I think that there's more to it. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm trying to check something. Okay, so let's let's take a look at this article. Um, mm, let's take a look at this article. Hold on one second, y'all. Did Cola say anything else? Ooh, so I didn't see this. I didn't see this. So then Cola, hold on, wait a second. So Cola goes on to say Diddy and Kim Porter. Did anyone ever watch the movie Unaliving? But they use the word MURDR in Texas, starring Farrah Fawcett. It's the true story about a Texas socialite who was unalived by her husband. He rushed her to the hospital and they wrote it down as pneumonia. Diddy is extremely wealthy and protected by powerful men. You know what? I think that it's important that we keep that in mind when people say, and that's why I say I find it strange that initially the autopsy came back deferred. And then, a couple months down the line, after Diddy kept saying that it was pneumonia, Diddy kept saying that she was sick and she was ill when she passed away. Diddy kept putting that out there to the public. Then months later, the coroner confirmed it. You know what? Nothing surprised me. Of course, this part that I'm getting ready to say is alleged and it's just my opinion and my belief. But I really do believe that anybody can be paid off, y'all. Anybody can be paid off. The coroner could have been paid off. Anybody can be paid off. Hey, just put it. Hey, I'll give you a hundred mil. Hey, I'll give you 50 million real quick. Just put down that yeah, Justin is Kim's son, but Justin is not Kim's son. I don't think. Justin Combs is not Kim's son. Kim does have another son with Albie Shore. But I don't think that it's Justin. The skinny dark skinned one that looks just like Diddy. That I don't believe. I don't. Let me throw you 50 million real quick, 20 million real quick, just to put down that the cause of unaliving was pneumonia. I don't put that past them. I don't put it past. Uh, let's see. Diddy didn't even want. Let's see. Nortalk said Diddy didn't even want her to go to the hospital. He wanted her to get care at home. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hey Krisha. Hey Miss Sexy Ray. Hey everybody coming in the room. Hey Christy. Hey KD. He's protected because it's a lot of people in on this. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. Christian is Kim's son. Christian Combs. That's the older light skinned one with the curly hair. That's Albie. They look just like Albie Shore. That's Albie Shore's son. Christian. She got Christian, Albie Shore's son, and then they got the twins. She has the twins with Diddy. Let's see. So let's take a look at. This is what I really want to get into, y'all. This is what I want to get into. Let's take a look at the timeline of Diddy. Let's get into the timeline of Diddy. I found this article very interesting because I'm like, this dude, hold on. Okay, so yeah, Justin King Combs is Kim's son with Diddy. Okay, so Justin, the one that looked just like Diddy, okay, is hold on, is Kim's son. Okay. Oh wow, I didn't know that. And Quincy is with Albie Shore, and then the twins are with Diddy also. You know what? I never thought to even think about who that son was with. I didn't know that was Kim's son. Wait. So Lachelle said Christian is Kim's son, and Justin is by one of Kim's friends. Wait. We gonna look it up, y'all. We gonna hold on. Matter of fact, let's look it up right now before we move on. His name Justin. So Justin Combs. We know Diddy is the daddy because he looked just like Diddy. We want to know who the mama is. Okay. Wait. Okay, wait. Justin Combs. Okay, so Justin Combs is the light skinned one. Okay? So King Combs, King. Okay, hold on. Yeah, yep, you right. Yep, you right. Pac and everybody in the chat that said so. Kim, Justin is Kim. Kim is Justin's mom. Well, that's what it's saying online anyway. Kim is his mother. We know that Diddy is the daddy, okay, because he looked just like the man. Ain't no DNA test is needed, but it's showing here in this article. Kim Combs opens up about his mother Kim Porter's passing. So yeah, that was King Combs is Kim's son. So that just show they've been dealing with each other for a minute. Because how old is King Combs? Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, I had their names mixed up too, Pac. So Christian, Justin is the light-skinned one. Justin is the one that is the son between Kim and Albie Shore. King Combs is Kim Porter and Diddy's son together. Let's get into a look at Diddy. So now that we got that figured out, King, what's King's real name? I don't know. Shit, hell, I thought that was his name. I thought King was his name. I don't know. If y'all know King Combs, if that's not his real name, y'all know his real name, drop it in the comments. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. Let's get into this timeline real quick. I thought this article was interesting because my thing is, to be honest with y'all, Diddy, he really has been a menace to society since the early 90s, y'all. And this stuff has clearly just been overlooked. This dude had been running rampant around Hollywood, causing trouble, being violent, putting hands and feet on people since the early 90s. Okay, we're gonna skip past that part. Now there was a situation where a man named Jake Robles was unalived in 1995. Now it says here that Combs and Death Row Records co-founder Marion Suge Knight were once friends, but the animosity that fueled the violent rivalry between Death Row and Bad Boy started once Knight's friend, the security guard Jake Robles. Now Jake Robles, okay, we're going forward. Jake Robles was Suge Knight's security guard. He was unalived outside an Atlanta nightclub after an argument with the Bad Boy camp, and everybody knows that Bad Boy is P. Diddy's camp. The men were celebrating musician Jermaine Dupri's birthday party at Platinum City Club when the Fulton County Sheriff Department Chris Howard told police an argument began between members of the Bad Boy and Death Row Records entourage. Howard said that he escorted Combs and his guests outside to leave the club and thought the coast was clear to allow Knight and his entourage to leave. But as Howard told the Los Angeles Times, Knight's partner was just about ready to get into the limo when all of a sudden Puffy's guys came from around the corner. Okay, so Puffy's entourage ambushed Suge Knight's people, and one of them had a firearm. Howard said he chased the man who handed the firearm to another person, who then fired at Robles 2 or 3 times. According to the Times, the person then jumped into a car carrying Puff Daddy and his associates. Robles passed away weeks later at an Atlanta hospital due to that incident. Combs has denied involvement in that incident when Knight reportedly held him responsible for it. Now, this is an incident that occurred in 1995 where the security guard of Suge Knight, whose name was Jake Robles, was unalived in Atlanta after Jermaine Dupri's party. It was stated through eyewitnesses that P. Diddy's people came running around the corner, ambushed them, and fired off at Suge Knight and his entourage, and unfortunately ended up unaliving Suge Knight's security guard, Jake Robles. Now, this is and see, this is just one incident. This happened in 1995, y'all. Now, this is just one incident. The reason that I'm reading this stuff off is because it seems like Diddy is always somewhere in the midst of some violence. Every time some violence popping off, Diddy's somewhere in the midst of it. And I don't think that that's a coincidence. I don't think that's a coincidence. It's also not a coincidence that Cassie and Kid Cudi had a situation going on. They were becoming involved while she was still with or dealing with Diddy. Diddy told her that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Kid Cudi's car was blown up a week later. He pretended that he had nothing to do with it. How big of a coincidence is it that you tell Cassie that you're gonna blow up Kid Cudi's car in his driveway? He also said he was gonna make sure that Kid Cudi was home when the car got blown up. Week later, Kid Cudi car gets blown up and he's home. It happened in the same way that Sean Puff Daddy Combs said that it would happen. The same way that he told Cassie he would do it, it happened. This dude is a menace. This dude is a menace. And then turns around and tries to wipe his hands clean like he had nothing to do with it. This dude is evil, y'all. This is alleged, but this stuff is in court documents where Cassie said that he said he was going to blow that man's car up. This was few years ago. And that man's car blew up and Kid Cudi confirmed that his car was blown up in front of his home. Let's go to the next incident. Now, this one with Jake Robles happened in 1995. Now, in 1998, Combs and two other men attacked Steve Stoute after the music executive. Now, Steve Stoute was a music executive, and also he was Nas's manager. Sorry, y'all. Dang, it's 2:00 already. Nas's manager. It says here erroneously. It says Combs and two other men attacked Steve Stoute after the music executive, then Nas's manager, erroneously sent MTV a version of Combs and Nas' Hate Me Now music video, which contains scenes depicting Combs as Jesus Christ being crucified. Combs wanted the crucifixion scene deleted from the video and was enraged that it played on air. Stoute says that Combs and two men barged into the New York City office and attacked him with a champagne bottle. He was charged with second-degree assault and criminal mischief. Stoute claims that his arm and his jaw was broken in the attack, but Combs denied any bones were broken to MTV, also telling the network, "I basically went to his office, and what happened in his office I really can't speak about, but I can say this. The way I handled myself in his office was completely wrong, and I've since apologized to Steve about that, and I felt like, I just disappointed myself." Combs was sentenced to 1 day of anger management classes. Now, you know what? The state, the system, the authorities have failed at their jobs, because this man, like, I keep using the word menace. Hold on, somebody I gotta send this text real quick. Hold on, y'all. This man should have been handled years ago. He says here, he always calling somebody else a lie, right? So Steve Stoute says that his arm and his jaw was broken. I want Steve Stoute to come out. I know this happened in 1998, but I want him to come out, and I want to see hospital records from that time showing that his arm and his jaw were broken in that incident, because I want him to, because I believe him, and I want him to be able to prove it. But after all of this happened, now Combs did admit that he did go to Steve Stoute's office, and he says that he handled himself unprofessionally, but he doesn't admit to breaking any bones. I want him to elaborate on what he means by that. Nobody forced him to elaborate by saying that he handled himself unprofessionally. It says then that Combs was later sentenced to 1 day of anger management classes. What is 1 day of anger management classes going to do? Anger management is something that is a systematic learning mechanism where you go session after session to understand why you're reacting the way that you are, so on and so forth. So I'm not understanding. I feel like they just threw 1 day at him just to give him something, because they didn't want people to say, hey, just because he's P. Diddy, we ain't giving him no time, we ain't giving him no punishment. So 1 day of anger management class after allegedly breaking somebody's jaw and breaking someone's arm. Okay, now let's go into the more famous situation. Obviously, this is the situation that happened in 1999 with Shine, J-Lo, and P. Diddy, where they were involved in a club situation. In late 1999, Combs and his bad boy signee Jamal Shine Barrow were partying at a New York, partying at Club New York when Diddy knocked the drink out of Matthew Scar Allen's hand. Allen got into an argument with Combs, and someone then threw money in Combs' face. Allen also threatened to unalive Shine. Prosecutors alleged that amid the fray, all three men drew firearms, and Shine discharged his firearm 3 times into the crowded club. 3 people were hit during that situation. Combs, who was arrested with two 9mm firearms in his car, was charged with 4 weapon charges and for bribing his driver to claim that the firearms were his own. The witnesses at the trial said she saw both Shine and Combs discharge their firearms, but Combs was acquitted on all charges, while Shine was found guilty of 5 of his 8 charges and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Now, here we are again with this situation. 2 firearms found inside of the car. He tried to get the driver to say that the firearms were his to get out of the situation. During this time, J-Lo was actually in that vehicle as well. It doesn't say that in this article, but in other articles, it does say that J-Lo was in the vehicle. And it shows here that this whole situation with the altercation began because Diddy knocked the drink out of Scar's hand. Then they got into an altercation due to that. Somebody threw money in Sean Combs' face. And then it's crazy to me that this incident began with the altercation with Diddy, but then just by happenstance, even though the situation happened and began with Diddy, it ended with Shine being sentenced to 10 years in prison. So this shows me, and it's even eyewitnesses that say that they also saw Diddy releasing shooting off his firearm in that club, and it's very possible that one of those bullets, I don't know if they did ballistic testing or not, but it's very possible that he could have hit that person that was unalive. But as you can see, once again, Diddy gets away with it. He keeps getting away with stuff, and the only way that this man is going to be taken down is if something is on audio, video, not even audio, but video. You have to have a physical video of Diddy doing something red-handed in order for him to be caught, or in order for him to take accountability. Now, after this incident in 1999, J. Cole then gets, I'm not going to read this whole article, but basically in 2013, Diddy gets into an altercation with J. Cole. Diddy didn't like a verse on one of the records that Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole were on together. Hold on one second, guys. Give me 1 minute. Sorry, y'all. So 2013, he gets into a scuffle with J. Cole. He didn't like the fact that Kendrick Lamar put a verse on one of Big Sean's songs called Control. Due to that, he actually tried to pour a drink on Kendrick Lamar. And we all know that during that time, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole were in this self-proclaimed group called the Big Three. They were like the Big Three top rappers at the time. They called themselves the Big Three. It was J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar. As we all know, there's a big beef going on with the Big Three right now, but that's a different story. I'll get into that at a different time. So J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar are obviously really good friends. So J. Cole was with Kendrick and saw that Sean Puffy Combs tried to pour this drink on him. And so that ignited him to get into a scuffle with him. So later on, Puffy then tries to say that he never got into an altercation with J. Cole. But what's ironic is that in 2021, in a song called Let Go My Hand that J. Cole put out in 2021, his lyrics famously say, "My last scrap was with Puff Daddy. Who would have ever thought it?" So he is admitting, even though they both denied that the situation happened in 2013, J. Cole denied it and Diddy denied it, even after eyewitnesses said it happened. He then came out in 2021 and said that it actually did happen. So it makes me think that something happened to where he was advised to say or convinced by someone to say that the scuffle did not happen. And it did. He came out a couple years ago and said that it did. So that shows me that Puff Daddy does have abused his influence and does try to cover up his tracks when he does this stuff. In December 2014, he then goes on after that, after the incident in 2013, he goes in 2014 and he assaults Drake over the rights to that song 0 to 100, which was a hot track. I still listen to that song to this day. I love that song. So they got into a scuffle about the rights to the beat for that song. The Miami New Times reported that the two got into an argument outside of Live nightclub during DJ Khaled's event for Basil Weekend. Words were exchanged and reportedly then blows with Combs telling Drake, "You will not disrespect me." Combs has denied punching Drake, telling the radio show The Breakfast Club, "I didn't do nothing to Drake. Drake is my friend." You can't believe this dude. This dude is a liar. I believe that he did assault Drake. Why would that even come out? He also lied about J. Cole, where J. Cole had to come back in 2021 and confirm the incident that happened in 2023. In now the next incident in June of 2015, Diddy got into a scuffle with the then UCLA assistant football coach Saul Alosa. TMZ reported that Combs was present during a UCLA practice where Alosa chided his son and then UCLA player Justin Combs, telling him, "I don't care if your dad's here. This is UCLA. I'm going to treat you just like I treat everyone else." After the practice, Combs and his son reportedly went to Alosi's office where an argument ensued and Combs grabbed Alosi. According to one account, Combs was forcibly removed from Alosi's office and then swung a kettlebell at the intern. A rep for Combs Enterprises noted the various accounts of the event and charges that were being reported are wholly inaccurate. What we can say now is that any actions taken by Mr. Combs were solely defensive in nature to protect himself and his son. The LA district attorney decided not to file assault charges against Combs. I don't believe that either. I believe that Combs was the aggressor. Why would the UCLA coach Alosi attack Combs and Diddy has to now defend himself? That doesn't make any sense. In the beginning of this altercation in 2015 with this coach, Diddy is the one that became enraged because the UCLA coach told his son at the time, Justin Combs, "I don't care if your dad's here. I'm not going to give you any special treatment." He got mad because of that. The coach didn't have anything to get mad about. Diddy is the one that was offended. So then that's coming that Diddy was protecting himself. This has been going on too long. He's been getting away with these assaults for far too long. That's period. And that's why now, hold on one second, y'all. I'm getting these texts. This always happens when I get on live. Hold on one second. Let's see. Let's go on to the next incident. Okay, and then that brings us into the incident that we've already covered with Gina Hune, who alleged abuse in 2019 with Tasha K. And then after that, that brings us into, obviously, as we know, the civil suit that Cassie filed against Combs here in past 2023. After Cassie came out, a number of different women came out. Jane Doe sues after Cassie files her civil suit for 1991 SA and revenge porn. 5 days after Combs and Cassie reached a settlement, a former Syracuse University college student sued Combs for allegedly drugging and SAing and recording her, afterwards allegedly showing others the assault that he filmed. The suit, which was obtained by Rolling Stone, claims that after that, taking the woman to dinner in Harlem in 1991, he drove her to a recording studio where he SA'd her while recording it in a physical state where she could not independently stand or walk. Days later, the suit reads, a male friend revealed to her that he had viewed the tape that Diddy recorded of her along with other men. A representative for Combs denied the allegations, calling them a money grab in a statement to TMZ. Okay, so let's see. Let's go down. And then after that incident happened, Diddy faces a third SA suit in 1 week. Just before New York State's Adult Survivors Act November 23rd deadline, a second anonymous accuser filed a lawsuit against Combs alleging SA. The law passed in May of 2022, opened a window for people over the age of 18 at the time of alleged SA offenses to file lawsuits against alleged perpetrators, overriding statutes of limitations that typically cut off legal options. Advocates have asked for an extension of the act's window or the undoing of statutes of limitations altogether. In this suit, a woman claims Diddy and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall took turns SAing her and a friend in 1990 or 1991. She also alleges that days later, Diddy again SA'd her at a home where she was staying. He was irate and began assaulting and choking Jane Doe to the point that she passed out, the complaint alleged. Combs was searching for Jane Doe's friend because he was worried that she would tell the girl he was with at the time, and he and Hall had done what he and Hall had done to them. Okay. Then it goes on to say that there's a third Jane Doe lawsuit. This is y'all, I just can't cover all of this in one sit. We're gonna have to, this gonna have to be a Diddy series, because this goes on and on and on and on and on. Look, I'm just going on and on and on. This is the dude at this point, it is long past due. This is long past due. I do give Cassie her props for coming out and basically letting it be known what happened to her in her relationship with Diddy. But we cannot discount all of the other people that have come out and spoke up against Diddy in the past and were basically ignored. I mean, 2019, Gina Hume came out and spoke openly with Tasha K about what she's experienced with Diddy. Tasha K does not pay people to come on her podcast. She has stated that. So this was not about money. She wanted to expose the man for what he had done to her, and it was ignored. And she got a lot of negative backlash for coming out and speaking up against Diddy. There's a lot of people that have said, "Hey, Diddy did this to me. Diddy did this to me," and nobody has cared. And now all of a sudden, this video has come out of Diddy physically assaulting Cassie in a hotel, running around the hotel like a maniac with a undersized towel on, chasing her down the hallway like a maniac. And now everybody want to act like they're shocked. And that's why I titled this, Let's Not Act Shocked. Let's not act shocked. Because this has been going on for years. Diddy has literally been under a cloud of suspicion when it comes to assaults and violence and being, I've kind of just looked over it. KD said 2024, the year of exposure. God is not sparing anyone. Facts. Somebody said something about Wale. I did hear something about Wale where he dangled Wale or something like that, but I do remember Wale reading an article where it was stated that Wale came out and said that those claims were false. So I will have to look further into that. Obviously, you guys, this is going to be a complete SHIT show. This is going to be a complete SHIT show. Y'all, the allegations, and I said this in my last video when they were doing the raid on Diddy. I told y'all in the last video, this is going there. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. I knew that more stuff was really going to come out after they raided his home. I told y'all ain't seen nothing yet. And even now with this video with Cassie, y'all still ain't seen nothing yet. Y'all socks is finna get knocked off. Y'all wigs is finna get blown back about the stuff that is getting ready to come out about Diddy. And it's a lot different now because now it's going to be stuff proven in court. Now they have retrieved a lot of Diddy's videos in that raid. They took a lot of his electronics, a lot of his laptops that are going to be forensically tested. A lot of stuff is going to come out about Diddy, and it's going to really, he's going down. This is a pattern. Anytime a black man go down, you already know they make a documentary. They got a documentary right now about Diddy on Tubi. Next step is gonna be Netflix. They did the same thing to R. Kelly. As soon as that documentary came out, we knew it was a wrap. We knew it was a wrap. That video where Diddy is coming out and apologizing, we're gonna watch it one more time because that video where Diddy came out and apologized, hold on, to Cassie and talks about how he's a changed man. He looks scared to death in that video, y'all. I'm finna pull it up so we can just look at his face. I just want to read his body language. Hold on. The dude looks scared to death. He really does. Let's see. Can I? Hold on, let me remove this. Play it one more time. Because last time I was in this, because I feel like I catch things that I didn't see the first time. So let's see. Okay, is this it? In that video, he most definitely looks scared to death. Let me mute this real quick. I'll make sure there ain't no video music on here. Hold on.
Sometimes you got to do.
This dude looks scared as hell in this video, y'all. Look at him. Hold on. Look at him. He should be too. He should be scared. He should be afraid, be very afraid. This dude, he looks terrified. First of all, he's absolutely humiliated because finally, mind you, whatever you do in the dark comes to light. He's been doing all of this stuff for all of these years for so long, and now it has come to the light. And now not only has it come to the light, because before it's always, oh, we think Diddy did this, we think Diddy did it. It's no longer speculation. And he knows that now at this point it's video evidence corroborating what Cassie was saying. Now it's not speculation. Now it's the truth. Let's just look over it one last time.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
He full of doo-doo. That dude is one ugly sucker. He be getting all of these beautiful women that he be having on his arm. He is one ugly sucker. That nigga is ugly. I don't care what. No, I always thought that he was so ugly. I don't know how he be getting these women. It's the money, the power, and the influence. Not only that, this dude, look at his face. This is the face of a man that knows he's going down. This is the face of a man that know he going down. This dude had nerve to say he sought professional help. So you sought professional help? Nope, we don't believe you, bro. We don't believe you. Another thing that I want to say before I end this, I want to say, my Young Miami, Carisha, we need to hear your opinion on this. We need you to speak out on this. We don't want to hear Carisha, aka Young Miami, coming out in a couple months or next year talking about all the things that Diddy has done to her. Now that all of this information has been released, you see that you've been dealing with a monster. And quite frankly, I believe that you knew you was dealing with a monster long before this video was released to the public. I need you to make a public statement, Carisha. I need you to tell us what you feel about these things that are coming out about your man. We need to know what your feelings are. We need to know the stance that you take against domestic violence against women. The fact that you sitting around saying absolutely nothing is a very bad look. There's also been allegations that Carisha is facing that she was moving that dope for Diddy. So you know she just as dirty as he is, right? So we know that certain things she ain't gonna speak on, but I find it completely inappropriate that this man came out, that this video has been released of him, not just a just I ain't trying to say that no DV is less severe than any other, right? DV is DV. But the way he slammed that girl around and was kicking her in the head, and then I'm sorry, that was she needs to speak on that. What are your feelings on this, Carisha? Has she been given a gag order or something? Because she mighty quiet. She mighty quiet. So yeah, I want to hear what Carisha got to say. I want Cassie to speak up on these allegations that she knew about the abuse that was going on with Diddy and Kim Porter. I want to hear about you know what Cassie's feelings are on that, because Cassie, there's allegations going on around that you might need to address that say that yeah, you were abused by Diddy, but there's also people saying and allegations being put out that you were very aware of the abuse that Diddy was doing to Kim Porter, and that you were allowing yourself to be used as a pillar of an example of a beautiful woman or what a woman should be, and you were actively allowing him to flaunt you in front of Kim. So I need you to probably speak on those allegations. It sounds like it's a lot of guilty parties here. So I think a lot more is going to come out. Tremel, she might be scared to speak. She may have been scared to speak. She ain't scared at this point though. She was scared then. She ain't scared now because she's suing folk, getting videos released and all type. She ain't scared no more. Her husband fine too. Let me just put that out there. She ain't scared no more though. So she needs to speak on that. Why, you know, it could have been out of fear that she didn't say anything, but she needs to speak on that though. I would love to hear how she felt during that time where she was being used as basically a tool of manipulation and emotional abuse against Kim Porter. And I'm sure that, you know, I want to say this. I'm sure that that's not something she chose to do. I'm sure that Diddy was using her to do that, and she had no say so whether or not, you know, but I still would love to hear her speak on it though, because I've never really heard her speak on Kim Porter. So I would love to hear her take on that. And I'm going to end this with hopefully Diddy. I want to see Diddy go down. I want to see that dude be put up under the prison. I want to see. I'm looking at some of these comments. Oh, okay. So Lady Love said, "Hey, Upper, can't remember where, but yes, when he paid her off, she was served a gag order as well." She was served that gag order. So I wonder what made the hotel release that video. I guess she figured, well, if I'm under a gag order, the hotel ain't under a gag order. So she or her people might have contacted that hotel and said, hey, can you dig up your footage from this year, the year of such and such on this date? And you will see him chasing me down the hallway like a maniac. So something prompted the hotel to release that video. It just came out of nowhere. Oh, it was the feds. It wasn't the hotel. But the Fed, okay, so the feds investigated that incident. Oh, okay. So during the lawsuit, basically, Cassie said such and such incident happened at this hotel, and the feds investigated and had that footage pulled. Gotcha. That's why she didn't speak on the video, and her attorney. That's why she didn't speak on the video, and her attorney did. Gotcha. Okay. All right, y'all. So we're going to be delving deep into this thing as it continues to, as things continue to come out. People are saying, no, the feds got it in the raid. I think Diddy has the tape. It was the feds. I'm sure it was the feds. They did do that raid on his home about a month and a half ago or so. And I think that they probably have a lot more that's going to make our jaws hit the ground. So I'll be coming live. We'll be discussing this thing together. And we'll be seeing what else comes out. So thank you all for joining me today. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I hope you guys do as well. Please hit that like button on your way out. Also, make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well so that you can be notified of anytime I live stream or post any content in the future. Also, if you would like to monetarily support my channel, you can join my membership for $1.99. Or you can hit my Cash App up, which is $Phoenix, Phoenix 2 piece.